Hello beautiful people, good morning, afternoon or evening wherever you are. My name is Winifred and you are welcome to another tutorial. In today's tutorial we are going to be making this free dress with funnel sleeve and a snatched waistline. It is very easy to make and it is beginners friendly. Keep on watching, like my videos, share with your family and friends. Alright guys, without too much talking, let's get to the honey of this video. Let's go. I love you. Hey beauty, welcome to my channel. So the first thing you are going to do is to fold your fabric using your hip measurement divided by 4 plus 5 inches for the length and for the width, and then you are going to take out the length of your gown minus 5 inches because there's going to be a pleat at the down part. So that is what I have done here. I folded my fabric and I'm taking out the length. So now the neck, you're going to measure out your shoulder measurement divided by 2, and then after doing that you're going to measure your armhole depth. So once that is done, you connect the armhole, you measure the midpoint of the armhole and connect the armhole, and then you just draw your armhole curve. So the neck width I'm using is 3 inches, and then I'm slanting my shoulder. You know, on the armhole area you're going to go down by 1 inch and just slant it to the neck depth, neck width, like that, because our shoulder is not straight. So once that was done, I went ahead to measure my bust measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch for ease and 1 inch for seam allowance, and then I went ahead to my waist again. I measured my waist divided by 4, 1 inch for ease and 1 inch for seam allowance. So that was the allowance I added, and then I went to my hip and then I measured out my hip divided by 4 plus 1 inch for ease and 1 inch for seam allowance, and then I connected from that point up to the down to the point where I wanted the gown to stop with an A line, you know, with a straight line that is just slant like that. Then once that is done, I am going to go ahead and cut it out. If you are new to my channel, you are welcome to the channel of beautiful people. Please keep watching my videos. I make tutorials, DIY on everything beautiful, and you will love this channel because this is the channel of beautiful people. So now I've gone ahead to cut it and I'm just trying to pin it so that I can use this piece to cut out the other pattern, which is the back pattern. Alright, so once I'm done pinning, I'm going to place the front piece on top of another folded fabric, leaving 1 inch for zip allowance at the back side, as you can see, and then I'm just going to use that to trace it out. So now I'm done cutting and I'm just going to open the back, you know, the zip allowance. I'm going to open it up so that I can fix my zipper. So now the next thing is to work on the neckline. So don't forget the neck width is 3 inches and the neck depth for the back is going to be 1 inch. We are cutting the back neckline first. So the neck width is 3 inches and the neck depth for the back is 1 inch. So I've cut the back neckline first, and then I'm going to remove the back and cut the front neckline. The front neckline is also just going to be 3 inches deep. Alright, you know, so for the front is 3 inches by 3 inches and for the back is 3 inches by 1 inch. So once that is done, we are pretty much ready to start sewing. So I just went ahead to mark my zip opening. I measured out my zip, and then from that zip opening point I'm going to connect it all the way down. I'm just going to sew it down like that, and after that I'm going to attach my zipper. So I'm done doing that, and the next step to do is to sew the shoulder together, and then I'm going to sew the sides with 1 inch seam allowance that I've left, and that is what I've done here. So now the waistline, for the snatching effect, we are going to be creating loops. So I measured out from my shoulder to my waist, and I left a space of 3 inches from that point 3 inches from that point, and that is where the three loop I'm going to be created is going to be. So after marking my waist point, I think I went down from my waist by 1 inch. So after marking that point, I spaced it with 3 inches each, and then I've used a small piece to sew a rope. I used the fabric to sew like a rope, and then I'm just cutting 3 inches. I'm cutting 3 inches, and then I'm going to fold it like this and insert it to that point. I've already loosed the part where I want the loop to be. I've loosened it, so I'm going to insert it at that 3 points where I've marked. I'm first pinning it down. I'll insert it. I'm going to pin it down. I'll insert the 3. See the way I'm doing it, and then I'm going to pin it down. See the way I'm doing it. The curved part is facing inside the fabric. All right, don't make that mistake. Then you're going to pin it down, and once that is done, you're just going to stitch the place that you lose. Just stitch it back. It's as simple as that. And then I'm going to do that now. I've done that, and this is how it looks like. So this is how it's going to be looking like. All right, so you're going to do this same thing to the other side, and then you're going to stitch your rope. So I've stitched my rope. Now moving on to the sleeve, I've folded my sleeve with my bicep measurement divided by 2 plus 5 inches. So that is what I'm marking out, and then the length of my sleeve is the length of my long sleeve measurement, which is about 24 inches, and that is what I'm marking out right now. So I'm cutting it out now. So now to get the trumpet effect or the A-line effect, you're just going to mark out your sleeve curve first. After marking out your sleeve curve, then you're going to measure out where your the armhole. You're going to measure your armhole. Whatever you have there is what you are going to mark, and after marking that, from that point where you marked where your armhole measurement stops, you're just going to connect that with a straight line to the edge of the sleeve. I hope you understand what I'm saying. From your sleeve cap, just measure where your armhole is going to stop. Maybe it's 8 inches. Then you measure it. From that point, you're going to connect that to the edge of the fabric with a slant. All right, and then you're going to cut it out. It is very, very easy to make a funnel sleeve. That is just the basic way to do it. All right, so now I'm cutting it out now, and once that is done, I'm going to attach it to my main dress. All right, so now I'm done cutting it out, and then I'm just going to notch the edge of that point so that I don't get confused when I'm fixing it on my dress. So now the first thing you're going to do is to join your sleeve with 1 inch seam allowance that you left. The armhole, maybe the length of the armhole that you measured is 8 inches. You'll have left some inches, but for this I didn't leave any inches. So from the down part, I'm going to sew 1 inch, and then I'm just going to slant it to that armhole. So I've gone ahead to attach it to my dress. I hemmed the neckline, the sleeve, and I also added the pleat to the down part. I'm sorry, some of the parts of this video were missing, and because I am extra, I also add some embellishment to the neckline, and it really came out really beautiful. So till I see you in my next one, I love you and I care. Bye.